do any player shoot better off the dribble versus off the catch? Because I think that's like
For it.
that's some what's that?
Go for it.
Yeah, I think we assume that that's common knowledge that you shoot better without
Oh,
dribble.
so you're agreeing with me now, or I thought you were
I
still
mean, that's a truism. I was trying to say that I bet that there would, if I had to bet, I would bet there would be one out of 100 that would shoot better off the dribble than off the catch.
might be. I mean, there
Well,
might
it
be.
was. I was right. I turned out to be right. Trey Young is this year shooting better.
I was on the
Off.
phone with you. He had 37 attempts off the catch and shoot, and like how many off the dribble. Then we went to last year. We actually had a legitimate sample size to catch and shoots, and the last 2 years, and it wasn't even close. Right? It
Right.
was like 49% to like 34%. I mean, there's a big discrepancy when he actually has a legitimate sample size in both. So even you could really just say the overall over Trey Young's career, what if you average it out over his career right now? The big sample size, he's a better shooter off the catch than the dribble.
Correct.
Yeah. And that doesn't say like, this is the thing people go, well, but he can make that. I got it. I understand they can make it. I get it.
So who is the guy? Who else would
You
people
might think
say?
like you would think like I was thinking is Chris Paul one, and then you might. So the other thing is dribble or catch, and the other thing is there anyone with a lot, a legitimate sample size, which I guess you'd have to say what's legitimate, that's more efficient in the mid range than the three? I like the one guy that would come to mind. You could say on both is Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is more efficient, shoots better off the catch, percentage wise, and is more efficient from the three than he is mid range.
What's that? What are the numbers on that with Chris Paul?
I don't know off the top of my head. I just remember looking it up. I think it was maybe last year when he was with OKC because everyone was talking about. Well, he might have been like 50% mid range.
I'm on it now.
Last year, I mean, he had great numbers last year.
So I
I
went
mean,
to
he can
play.
even do it in the team. What do they shoot off the dribble as a team?
I clicked off of it, but it was like 1-1.
What do you mean?
Like I think it was almost equal. I was going to use it as a example. Okay, Chris Paul. All jump shots off the dribble. He's shooting 45.7% on 232 attempts.
Yeah, he's close to 50. I mean, he shoots well off the dribble. He does. What's his percentage off the catch?
He is 43.3% on 30 attempts.
So go to last year.
Okay. Last year is NBA Oklahoma City.
I mean, you can say, yeah, is there an outlier? So okay, you might adapt a little bit to him, and that would only make sense. But still, like the thing is, these guys come up, they dribble up, pick and roll, mid range jumper off the dribble, 18 seconds on the shot clock. That I just don't. I struggle with the logic in that. From multiple reasons, like the other guys don't feel involved, they give less effort on defense, and next time they touch the ball, they want to get their shots up. So they shoot in rhythm. Is everyone like it just spirals? And then like the commentator last night says, "Man, I know his percentages are low, but I don't care what the percentages are. I know when that guy shoots, I'm confident that's going to go in." And it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You know?
Paul last year, 438 attempts off the dribble, 50.5%.
Yeah.
He only shot in 70 games,
Sure.
56 catch and shoots, which he shot at 44.6%.
So what's his efficiency? Oh, okay, then what's his efficiency of? Because obviously most of his catch and shoots are from three, though.
Yeah, 65% adjusted.
But point per possession.
Adjusted.
What's point per possession?
1.3 points per possession, catch and shoot.
And then what's his off the dribble? Like a little over one?
1.089.
Yeah, because most of his off the dribble are going to be in the mid range. So it just like, yeah, you say, well, Chris
Adjusted really gets us that same context. Though.
For me, it's easier to just picture like, okay, every time this guy shoots, we're going to get a point. That's it. Like whether you miss or make, just know that's a point. like that's going to accrue. Like when you think of percentages, it's a lot harder for me to contextualize. That's a point, right? And
Yeah, but it's 1.3 versus 1.1. I mean, you can't tell the difference between
well, I
that
could,
either.
yeah, 1.3 versus 1.1. I could say I mean, that's, yeah, you could say, okay, every time this guy shoots, 4 shots, it's 3 points. Every time he shoots 2 shots, it's almost 3 points. Like, I don't know. I think
So 65% adjusted, meaning threes and twos factored together versus 54 adjusted. That doesn't move the needle.
points per possession is easier for me to digest, and maybe it's not for others. But points per possession, I just think because everything that it's a possession, right? That's really how you. That's efficiency. How many points do we score per possession? That's an efficiency marker, and you can include. That's just how I think about it.
So and then who was the other one you said?
I don't know. I
Kawhi.
mean, there's going to be an outlier. It's him, I would think. Trey Young's one. I mean, but you got to think most of these guys now, everyone, I would think all these ball dominant guards, they all shoot a heavy dose. Most of their shots are off the dribble.
Most of
Right?
their twos are off the dribble.
Yeah, I mean, but most of their shots are off the dribble.
Shots in general, right? It's not even they get less than one.
Yeah, it's
Probably
not.
shoot less than one standing there shooting at a game.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, okay. And then the other thing, yeah. So and like, and then you watch these games, and the only time they really play is when they have the ball, too. It's like
Right.
and then sometimes like doing Harrison's film, and it's like, or maybe it was someone's film, and it said, like, you should have helped on that. That guy was driving, you should have helped. He got a layup because your guy's at half court. He's not even he's not doesn't have the ball. He's not even like he's literally at half court.
Right.
There's
Buddy
no
running.
consequence for you to help. Like don't he like stunted and recovered like he was guarding
Oh,
someone.
he was back. He was back in the play. He just didn't
Yeah,
help,
yeah,
even though his man
he
wasn't
was
in
at the
position.
elbow. Yeah, yeah. And it's like don't stunt and recover. You don't have to worry about him. He's doing us a favor right now. He's giving us a numerical advantage. You watch these guys; they just don't. Yeah, but like so it goes back. Man, that's a good shot. If I say, okay, I got it. He scores over a point on that. It's good. But think about like if we actually use him in this way, it's 33% more. He's more effective, 33% more. So it's not like
I wonder what like a KD in what was the year? What was the year they last won it? Was that 18-19 or
yeah. I mean, and some of these yeah,
I wonder if he got a high volume
line people use like, man, mid range is a layup if you work at it. Well, no, it's not because you shoot the layup at like on average 60%, and like even a high guy mid range is 50%, right? They're both work too, so they're really not.
What did you say was at the rim? What did they shoot?
Is that what a league at? What's about 60%? Those guys, most
Yeah,
like
above that is league average, probably like 63, 64%.
is it that? But yeah, I mean, if you can get to 60%, that's I think because and you got to remember and you don't think about it until you watch it. It's not like these guys are getting to the rim and just finishing layups. Usually, there's like a teammate standing with the defender right in front of they're navigating a lot of stuff when they get these shots at the rim. It's not just a point blank layup.
So in 18-19, KD got 202 catch and shoots, and he got 1.18 points per possession, 45%. Shot 431 shots off the dribble at 49%. Adjusted 53.5. So obviously more of those were mid range. Another outlier.
What was his points per possession on those? Off the dribble?
1.08.
So 1.18, 1.08. So still more efficient off the catch. And I would say it would be interesting to go through. I would think he got a handful, I don't know what the percentage was, but I'd say maybe 25% of those are probably in the mid range too. Because didn't they run a lot? They run a lot of like pin curls to the elbow.
Oh, his catch and shoots, you're saying, would come from the mid range too.
Yeah.